What up, Jules? Thanks for being my sound check there, Jules. Much appreciated. Glasses straight. Probably could be a little cleaner, but they'll do. They will do. A989, what up? Why are you sad that moving day is Sunday? Sunday, bloody Sunday. Has that convict cut to go home? That's right. I just get the one. Just get the number one. That's all I get. Aslan, what up? Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to look around stuff I have on my desk to see the time when it's right there on that screen. What up, Trey? Mama call him Trey. Daddy call him Trey. I call him Trey. Jules was listening to an older show. Or yesterday's show at work. Gentleman got robbed 800K from a scam. So sad. Yeah, that unfortunately happens way too often. Unfortunately, I got a lot of calls when I was working at the bank about that, about things that were scams. Some it was too late, and some they were fortunately, most of the time they were smart enough to hang up and not give them any information, and then call us to ask if we had called them, or or explain the situation, and like it never was something that sounded legitimate. If you want to buy something, you go to Amazon and you buy it. You don't, go to Facebook Marketplace and then send the money, buying it from someone not even in your area, and send the money to someone and then expect to get something. So yeah, a lot of those. One of them was so advanced that they had a guy in a FedEx uniform drop off a computer. They were talked into, this old couple was talked into ordering. Dropped off the computer, and then they allowed them access to their other computer to get the payment. And then they decided they didn't want it anymore. And after they decided they didn't want it anymore, the delivery person was back within 5 minutes to pick it up, to pick up the computer. So that's not how delivery works. FedEx is fast, maybe, but not that fast. Boom. Let's see. Now it says an interesting article in the UK scam. Banks have to pay us back ASAP now in a matter of days. Oh, is that's the new regime working for you? Is that what that is, A9? Or is that some other board or group that decides that? Or is that new regime you guys have going on? Trey feels too grown up. I won't ever feel too grown up. I don't have that type of personality. I always feel like a little kid. And all you got to do is turn on one of the Star Wars movies, and I'm 10 years old again. So it doesn't take much. Alrighty. Oh, nationwide as of this week. Alrighty. Oh, hey, that's right. We're doing a show here. Hey, let's do the show. Live from Cabot, Arkansas, the second to last after show that will be from Arkansas. And I'm Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you want to see other content that is financial in nature, just go to youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. And you just scroll down through the things that get more views. And then you'll have the financial questions with me. That's the weekend stream, and there will not be any of those this weekend, but normally it's going to be Saturdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'll be going back to Eastern. I'm on Central Time now here in the Arkansas. And of course, this show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and that is, I should not miss any of those. I'll be doing the 400th episode of the After Show on this coming Thursday, and I should have, as long as there's no problem with internet or the new apartment or anything like that, should be good to go to do an After Show Tuesday as well. 74 here, Sid. 74. Yeah, it was 94 yesterday here about this time. So, and if I was in my 30s still, I would, for like a 10-degree temperature change, I would get horrible headaches. But I don't know if I grew out of that or what happened. And the music playlist is a bunch of different songs in there, including 2 Thrill Cat songs. They're my favorite band from the 90s. And 11 Ramsey adjacent songs, including How to Do the Baby Steps Right. Oh, that's right. Trey. Yo, Trey. Yo. Don't play. You bounced out of the chat yesterday before I said, when I was telling you to record your performance at the wedding. I told you to do that. And then also, what else did I want you to do? I have tasks for you. Also, record yourself playing Love Yourself by the Beebs. And you can sing the original Baby Step song goes to that music. And you can sing that yourself or just record the guitar part for it. It's just like, it's more picking and so forth than strumming, though, I believe. So, you know how Ed Sheeran do. So, we get nothing for the 400th show. I'm too busy. If something occurs to me to do that's special for that, and it doesn't cost any money, and I can take care of it really quickly, that kind of thing, I'll do it. But otherwise, I'll have to make it up for you on the 500th show. Alrighty. So if he does that, then I'll be doing new live recording of the original Baby Step song. That is way back. Actually, no, it's not even on this list because it doesn't show all of them. But that basically is just me recording it like I'm recording this right now. I don't think it's live on the after show, but I think it's like me just doing a recording of it. And I probably took the first take as well, so not that good. So doing a new version of it would be cool, especially with guitar. And if it's not my singing won't be close enough to the original. And so if the guitar is a little bit different than the original, then it's possible I want to even share any finances with other people, such as Mr. Sheeran and Mr. Bieber. All right, what do we do now? We go market report. Market up today, recovering from yesterday. And oh, look at that. NASDAQ up the most again. That's not where I meant to click. I always do that, and that changes it from points to percentages. I wanted to hit this so we could see, and just to see what the last 2 days were, you can kind of see it there. But right there is the, what's today? The 8th, right? So yeah, so this was yesterday, and it went boosh, boosh. Where's like 4 right there? Nope. That was today. So, oh, it must have gone down a little bit. Let's see. That's, oh no, that's 1 p.m. right there too. So it went down to start today. Wow, I did not know that. Where's the 7th? Oh, is the 7th right there? Oh yeah, the 7th right there. Okay, that's the close right there. So you can see it went way up from yesterday. And as you can see, the last 5 days up 2%, which is great if you're only looking, if you only have to beat 10% to beat the index. Of course, this is the index for the NASDAQ, not for the S&P 500. Index, let's see, what else do we want to do? We want to go back. Let's just, for fun, I did it again. That's the number of points. That's the number of percentage. You got to click right there. And then you get that, and let's look at the last 5 days. And so, as you can see, that went way up as well from yesterday. Alrighty. And so you cannot complain about the market going up, ever. Let's see what the rest of the world is like. Mostly everything down in Europe, including the FTSE. Asia, mostly up. Let's do the currencies thing, just an excuse for me to do accents. Euro up slightly over the US dollar up slightly over the Japanese yen, the British pound, love, up over the US dollar up over the Canadian dollar, and the US dollar up over the Australian dollar, mate. So, Australia said, should we go up and be higher than the dollar today? And the US said, no. And let's see what's up with crypto. As you can see, that's crypto. And that changes, that's monitored constantly. That doesn't stop ever, and not advised. But people do come in the chat and try to get you to buy it so they will make more money. Futures for tomorrow up as well. This would be the after hours trading, and as you can see, should be going up again. Of course, this could all change any second. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we like, whoops. There we go. Go back. We like to look at the, nope, that's not where. All the way down at the bottom. We got PepsiCo reported today. I do have a story on that. Apple up 1.84. Is that the most? And that one is Apple, the winner of the day here, but everything up, as you can see. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Love Yourself, Justin Bieber song. Yeah. What is it? If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do Dave's Baby Steps. It's pretty cool. Take a listen to it, Trey. I'm heartbroken that you have not listened to it yet. No, I'm not worried about it. A guitar would be good. Banjo and slide down a bit. I mean, although my voice might thank you for that. Oh, let's see. Blackout bill. Could it be just an anonymous person walking in here? Job gives us automatic 10%. We get a pension. I'm still aiming for 15%. You put 15% in. You need to have 15% skin in the game. Anything that the employer gives you is gravy on the biscuit, and that will just make your life better. Trey told him that already. Someone told me, don't listen to when somebody tells you. Like even if somebody in this chat would tell you something, even if I would tell you something. I mean, I am a Ramsey Solution certified financial coach, but you don't know that. I didn't show you the certificate. I could. It's around here somewhere. But always check it. Don't go. You should never do anything because someone told me or someone said. Let's see. IRA will screw you if you get a pension. Why? How would it? I don't think so. Right. If you're putting an actual contribution towards your pension, then that counts as half because pensions don't do as well as the market. So, but if you're not putting anything in and they're giving you the entire pension, it's just extra. Traditional 401k, 401k, post-tax, and an employee Roth 401k. All right. And then a pension on top of that, that's too much stuff they're giving you. No wonder the government's bad if you work for the government. Okay. British Pound. I don't know what that means. A9, what does that mean? And where were we? Now that I caught up with the chat. Oh yeah. So articles time. Pepsi reported today, and they're up 1.92%. They were down when I looked at it. See, this is today's trading. You can see it went down. But I guess for the most part, after they announced, I think they announced in the morning and it went down immediately, but then it came back up and then it's doing well since then. So the last time I looked at it, it was down here. So this story, not that exciting anymore, but basically what they reported was they trimmed revenue outlook, which means they are telling people / investors that, well, we might not be making up as much because North American snacking is down, because people don't have money, I guess. PepsiCo earning company cuts 2024 guidance. That's again them saying, well, this is what we think we think you should simmer down now because we don't think we're going to make as much money, even though they did. See, they lead with that stuff right there instead of say, oh, Q3 earnings beat estimates. So, but nobody cares about that. The important thing for the story here that goes up at these top spots here are the bad thing where they say, oh, we're not going to make as much money in the next quarter. So, it said dips on disappointing Q3 sales. And that's what I don't get too when you have different articles saying different things. Disappointing Q3 sales, but how could the Q3 earnings beat estimates if they're disappointing then? Or did somebody think they're going to be way, way higher? Oh, yeah, I don't need that because I'm not singing. So that'll do that story. I will be doing that. I think, do I have that on there? No, I think I forgot all about it. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I got it. Yep, I got it up there. Company phasing out the pension, but new hires get 9% match. You cannot beat that. And that's good because you'll make more in the 401k than you will from a pension. Pensions are the old thing. That's from NPR. Mortgage rates have dropped. Should you refinance your home? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that, like when the Fed reduced the rate, it doesn't necessarily mean that all mortgage rates are going to immediately drop. But on this, it's possible. It says significantly in recent months, is it going to say? Again, they always use the 30 because 30 is most common because that's what people need to buy so they can afford the home, but they can't afford it if you have to buy it on a 30. Let's see, is now just above 6%, down a full point. So it's 1% more. And so the problem is, yeah, it won't feel the need to do anything, or they will feel the need to do it, but probably. But the advice would be to not do it, and to wait until it's more cost effective later. Because the problem is, refinancing is going to cost you extra money and put more on the amount owed. Or you'll have to pay whatever it costs, the closing costs. You'll have to pay that immediately in order to have that not get stuck on the mortgage. And guess what? They're fine just sticking it on the mortgage because then you pay interest on it. So they are fine with doing that. But there's a break even point in there. And so you got to do the math and figure out the break even. Okay, so if I refinance to a lower interest rate, you gotta calculate to where the interest rate change. So you're saving 1% interest, and you would only break even until that 1% interest saved per month equals the total amount of the closing costs that you paid for that. And that can take a while. And so probably on 1%, probably I don't do it. But again, you do the math and you figure that out for yourself. Then the same story. Rate cuts were supposed to put. No, this is a different one, I think. Yeah, I didn't. Sometimes I don't read these because I wanna find out with you, and plus lazy. Rate cuts were supposed to push mortgage rates lower. The opposite has happened. That just said it was 1% lower. Hasn't led to lower mortgage rates with the 30-year fixed rate actually rising since the first rate cut. It did. That one just said that. What day is on this? What date is this one? This is 3 hours ago. This one is October 8th. 125, about the same time. So who's right? NPR, or who is this story from? Probably not Microsoft. The Markets Insider is who this is from. I was saying probably not Microsoft themselves. Probably they have partners on this page. And so who knows what the story is, but you would, regardless of if you want to do one, regardless of what the new interest rate is and the amount of interest saved, you would still do the math to see how long it would take you to recover the closing costs. From CNN Business, America's French fry king sounds an alarm. And that would be the McDonald's. Americans are revolting, it says. I don't know. I mean, words like revolting, and see, it's even underlined. Why is it underlined? That's weird. Does that mean it's a trigger word? Or does that mean they underlined it so that you get more upset about it? So that you read more news? Don't know. Americans are revolting against McDonald's and fast food chains that's hurting French fry suppliers like Lamb Weston. Lamb Weston. Interesting name for a company, or is that a person's first name? Weston might be a last name. The company announced last week it would lay off 400 employees, or 4% of its workers. So basically, yeah, demand is sluggish, so they're oversupplied. Restaurant prices in recent years has increased faster than grocery store prices. Yeah, we know that. That is known. Try to lure customers back. McDonald's has launched a $5 meal. Yes, they have, after they got rid of that previously. So that's the dealio on that. Boom, 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 boom. She's been watching a lot of Till Debt Do Us Part. I've heard of it, never seen it. Said she makes people do everything all at once. That is crazy. That's just going to slow the entire thing down. Kid was like every band nerd I knew in marching band. All right. Some of those nerds weren't. I mean, I was a band nerd too, but some of those wasn't didn't have as much anxiety as my boy does. Some good advice, but I like to see someone on there that is not a train wreck. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I guess they just looked at the numbers, and if they can't call somebody a slur or something like that in the title, uh, and they're not a train wreck, then it's far fewer views, probably. So that's all I'm guessing. Or there's fewer people in good financial shape than we thought, even fewer. More, of course, job security for Mr. Ramsey. She says no more than 15% of your income should go to debt repayment. Yep, that's false. According to Mr. Ramsey's better proven, longer track record. Advice. This from study finds that 80% of Americans fear World War III is imminent. I'm sure they do. And how many of those 80% watch too much news? All of them. Alrighty. Let's take a look at Jack's grocery list. All right. All right. So we got the amount in British pounds, love. How many quid? What that is in US dollars, and then the Walmart price for the equivalent of that. Some of the things did not carry over because I couldn't figure out what it was and it has a different name, or it's just things that are specific probably to the UK or his particular area. And we don't have them. So, and I also didn't want to spend forever on it to get a comparison. So if it wasn't on the Walmart website at all, I just put the same price in so that we could figure out prices, see how much difference it is. But as you can see, some of the stuff we are much higher. For the romaine hearts, it was. That's not right. Let's see. One of these is wrong here. They're not both 115. So it should be something lower than that. Anyway, but it's still the equivalent of 115 here. And Walmart was 212 to buy 2 romaine hearts. They only had a pack of 3, so I did the math in my head for that. Carrots, $2 for 2 pounds. So that's a lot cheaper there. Cucumbers, cheaper here. And again, it may be like the way they're packaged. There could be a lot of other different reasons in here. And so this is the list, and this is supposed to last a whole month for one person. Jack is one person, and so shopping for himself, and so this is supposed to last a whole month for him. And which will mean significant savings towards that baby step 1 and 3. He has no debt. And so significant savings to go into the both emergency funds, the first one, and then expanding it to baby step 3, the full 3 to 6 months. And because not only is cutting down on grocery costs, he's also cutting completely out takeaway, as they call it over there, for one cucumber, and ours is 72. The red cabbage 118 to 197. Ours is in a jar and not fresh. Let's see. Our chilies are cheaper. So I'm gonna try to, because I know that this like presentation is kind of boring like this, but just trying to get the ones that are way off. Like this one, it's almost twice as much for the baby plum tomatoes, and we don't have that. We have the, what are they called? Cherry tomatoes, I think is what it's called. And there's another smaller tomato as well, and so I just went with the smallest of those. Let's see. The butter substitute, it was well, I can't believe it's not butter, but ours is way more expensive. So for the same amount of ounces, and I did the converting from kilogram. I just didn't write it for here, but I did the converting from kilograms to ounces, grams to ounces, and kilograms to pounds. Let's see. Brown onion, $1.30, $1.90 here. Yeah, that butter substitute, like I said. What else? I'm not going to talk about everything. Over half more for the garlic, and I'm just wondering, maybe our garlics are bigger. I don't know, but that is for 4 of them. Let's see. Walmart doesn't have that, so I just put in the 3.4. The shawarma kebab, Sid suggested I use like any deli type of item there, but I just left it as the same. White potato, 2.2 pounds, and that is a little bit more expensive. So you're expecting it to be a little bit more expensive because it's like 1 British pound is 1.31 US dollars as of yesterday. It might have changed a little bit into today. Let's see, barbecue sauce, just a little bit more. Strawberry jam, a little bit more again, about the same percentages more. The golden syrup took me for a loop because you can order that from Walmart.com, but it's like basically it's for like restaurants. It's only in and Sid said it was for something. Some says like corn syrup here or something like that. I don't know about all that, but I just left that the same as well. But now here's stuff that we have cheaper. And more. So 12 ounces of crunchy peanut butter, $2.22 there, $194 here, excuse me. 258 rounded up for the 14.1 ounce red kidney beans, and ours again a 16 ounce. Same thing, 196 for chickpeas, and the same amount, actually more. About 2 more ounces is $1.10 less here. Lemon juice is way cheaper. So, and also ours is a 15%, and that one's a small one. They have smaller servings as well than we do, and so I mean that could be. Part of why people buy too much. If we went down to smaller serving size, maybe people would only eat 1 serving of it that way, and be healthier and spend less money, possibly. But we got bigger stuff here in America for sure. The whole wheat, let's see, say about 50 cents on that. For a little bit more, so that's probably going to be about a wash there. The basmati rice, 4.7, so we're just a little bit cheaper. Let's see if there's any other weird things. Sweet chili crisps, they call them. That's potato chips, and ours was 216 for that. No, 281 for that. And the US dollars here is what the British pounds convert to, and then over here is the Walmart. So let's see. And this is a cost for that's 7 Spice seasoning. Didn't have that either except for shipping, and that was very expensive. So I'm sure some like third-party seller sells some of this stuff on the Walmart website and gets it for people that like have moved here from the UK, that kind of thing. See if there's anything else. $1.98 for sweet and smoky barbecue chips. and 2.23 over there. A free tea towel. You gotta, if a tea towel is free, you gotta take it. Not sure what it's used for. Is it just for the table when you have tea? Shampoo, ours a little bit cheaper. This carrier bag might have something to do with delivery because he did get a delivery, but delivery charge is free. The broccoli, much more expensive here. That is actually the same price. The chorizo red pepper sausages, exactly the same price. The frozen stuff, cheaper there, looks like, across the board. So we got sweet corn, beans, strudel, and peas. And let's see, toilet tissue, $2.16 American there, and $1. I think it was a 2-ply 4-pack that he had. So I just compared it to that, the Great Value brand. So that one's significantly cheaper. Hand wash, cheaper. Hair and body wash, more expensive, a little bit, just a little bit. Facial tissues, much cheaper here, and that is the Kleenex brand as well. And baking paper, about what you would expect with and so if you look at it, this is the amount in British pounds, love. This is how many quid, and this is the US dollars of that converted. So that's what he spent. So $86 for the month, and I have no idea because I don't use these items to cook anything or make sandwiches and stuff. I rarely do that. And so Sid informs me that it might last a month, that it should be able to get there or at least close. So we'll have to see. I think this is Jack's first. Oh, that's my pal Kyle. That's right. I forgot. For some reason it doesn't. I thought it would automatically block people that I have on my blocked list from my channel, but it does not. It just been going. I think your Walmart is expensive, Steve. Well, this is without tax also, though. So no tax, but we don't have any city taxes here. So definitely by the time you add taxes in, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it could be a particular area. Could be they price things at the cost of living. It's possible. And so, yeah, if you want to send a follow-up email, Jack, about like what you're going to make, if anything in particular, obviously the bread, and the, peanut butter and strawberry jam, you could make those sandwiches. But like if there's anything that I'm not picking up on, or that you think we wouldn't pick up on that you're planning to make using it, like what's the seasoning for? Is that going to go? I didn't really see anything that would go into, like a stew with the chilies or something. I can't remember. I don't see any meats or anything like that you would have done that for. Oh, and I think you might be vegetarian as well. But so as you can see, it is and $95 to $86, so that is what, $9, and so that's probably not out of the realm of differences there. So that's probably to be expected. I thought it might be a little bit closer, but again, if just this area is a high cost Walmart, and there are cheaper Walmarts out there, I'll keep this and I'll check the one once I get in Columbus, and I'll check there as well. So, but I just thought that was neat, and I was skeptical. Skeptical Steve was skeptical. One of those words. Skeptical that this amount of money would be enough. And this, Jack, this isn't exactly the amount, but also this is the amount like without vouchers and whatever else you had. And so I decided not to use that because I didn't use any vouchers and stuff on this side. So, I mean, 66.5 quid for a whole month of eating. That's great. 86. Okay, so even if you take that to 95, so that's $100 for a person. About, we'll at least give it about. If he makes it, he'll let us know without spending X. Chippy, stir fries, soya chunk, pre-bought. Okay. Oh, okay. So you also bought some stuff before this list. Okay, and so you're just adding on to some stuff that you already had left over. I gotcha. I gotcha. Right, vegetarian. Yeah, vegan. I heard about it. Yeah, I figured it out almost. I said vegetarian and not vegan. Those are two different things, I think. But this means if he can do that, then that's $100 for a person. So you shouldn't have people that, like a married couple. We've had a married couple on the Ramsey show calling in and saying they are doing, and on the Reddit questions and stuff like that, saying they're $400 a month for two people, no kids, just two adults, and they're saying $400 a month at the grocery store. So they're not doing it intentionally. They're just grabbing whatever they want to. And so you can get your grocery budget down if you try. Is the point. And that was the point I was hoping to make. So it all worked out. Oh, password gets snowed in. That's not fun, Trey. Wyoming. That's what you're gonna get when you live in Wyoming. But it's some nice country out there. Yeah, I mean, all this is, none of this is crazy either. I mean, even the worst thing on here might be the, probably the golden syrup and the crisps, the potato chips. Yeah, you are welcome, sir. And I want, and, and you don't need, I mean, this is your first month doing it, right? And so if you can't make it to the end of the month, it's not the end of the world. Maybe you just change around some things and you like look at the more expensive things and maybe don't get those and get more of the cheaper things, that kind of thing. But like right out of the gate, nobody expects somebody that's never done a budget or that's never done a purposeful grocery list before to be able to do that. And like I said, your main savings is going to be on the no takeaways. On the takeaways, yeah, don't eat meat, Dr. Science. Yeah, without trying. That's the point. You need to try to spend less on that, doctor. Even on a doctor's salary, you shouldn't be doing that. Alrighty, let's do some questions. We go to reddit.com/r/DaveRamsey/new. We sort by new, and this time, as I should every time, I have it set to go to the right one, so I don't have to scroll here, which I'll take this time to just, Jack doesn't really bake. I don't do it either, man. I don't do it either. The oven here, this oven right here, behind me. Oh, you can't see it. It's under the microwave. That oven, I think I have used maybe 3 times in 2 years. And 2 of them, I think, was frozen pizza, I think. The syrup I use with the lemon juice and spices for salad dressing and use it in oat porridge. All right. Yeah, I mean, if you're just using a sploosh of it, then that's fine as well. It's if you start, go, letting it go like that into it, that's when it would be a problem. Oh, the juice from a can of chickpeas is called aquafaba. We did not know that. I bet nobody in the chat knew that, Sid. What does Anon buy food-wise and like to cook? We know she buys some avocados. Meh, I have the money for it, so I'll eat it. Protein is important. What baby step are you on, Dr. Science? That's important too. Your finances are important as well as health. But also, you can eat meat and not spend as much as you're spending. There's meats that are not as expensive as your grocery budget. All right, let's see. We got Insight Discern, frequent poster here on the Reddit. Update in baby step 3, the baby to 3B. Okay, great. I'm giving this update as documenting it has helped. Great. Blowers are where I at. You're in baby step 3 and now 3B, I guess. We bought a good used Highlander for 19K. A little rich for my blood back in May. We are still in baby step 3 and have $7,500 saved. Trying to save $30,000 and then I'll park us in 3B and save another $30,000 in a sinking fund. Not for house, but for extra stuff and vacations. We continue pausing retirement. You can do that for up to 2 years while you save a down payment. The issue I have here is extra stuff and vacations. What the heck is that? You definitely don't do that. You get the 30, I'm assuming the 30K will be your full emergency fund, and that's fine. You can budget for extra stuff and save for extra stuff and vacations, but you are just kicking the can down the road and delaying your retirement since you're pausing it. And if you want to buy a house too on that stuff, this is what I'm saying. You cannot do everything all at the same time. You can't go on vacations and have stuff and also do retirement and also buy a house. You cannot do everything all at the same time. You have to pick and choose. You have to set priorities and do it that way. My calculation have us in baby step 3B until December 2027. Because of your extra stuff and vacations. It would be faster if you didn't do extra stuff and vacations. And guess what? Extra stuff and vacations, you don't do those when you are pausing retirement. You don't pause retirement to include that. You would pause the extra stuff and vacations and do the retirement. But actually, you should, to buy a house faster, you should pause the extra stuff and vacations and retirement all at the same time. That way you'll get that down payment even quicker. At that point, I'll feel comfortable starting baby 6-4 to 6. Well, you won't be in it until then. So, I mean, you could start 4 anytime you want to after you get the full emergency fund. But you can also pause that for 2 years while you save up a higher down payment faster. Dave-ish, I know. Yep, but our priorities continue to be now and not 25 plus years from now in retirement. Okay, good luck. Hopefully that'll work out for you. There's no stats on that. We have no stats on that. The only thing we have stats on is Dave's 30 years and the millions of documented success stories following the baby steps, which you're not doing. Let's see. Like I said, thanks for your advice. I no longer care what my housemates think about what I eat, and now I eat. I'm eating well. They're starving, so I don't care. Alrighty. You are welcome. That was quick. Did I Jedi mind trick you? You will not care what stupid people think. That's right. Florida having stormies on Wednesday night. Pausing retirement almost always a bad idea. Is there a scenario which it's okay? Yes, if you want to save you have to be at least done with step 3, and then you're on step 4 if you want to be, but while you're trying to do 3B, which is down payment and retirement, Dave is fine with you pausing it for 2 years. You can stay out of retirement contributions for 2 years while you save up a larger down payment faster. And guess what? A lot of people have to do that because they choose to live in high cost of living areas. You do not get a pass for living in a high cost of living area. Boom, boom, boom. Single has been given just a few years to live. That would be it as well. Aslan's right about that. Might as well spend it. Give it. You lost all the dream of a tomahawk steak. I don't know what kind of steak that is, and I guess we tired A9 out. Of course, it is what 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning there. Also food they can see, but the toiletries, etc. Keep in my room. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would just, I mean, if you trust them not to steal anything, that's great. Otherwise, I would keep an eye on it. Oh, you never heard of 3B? Well, you must not watched a lot of episodes then of the Ramsey show. It is not on the list. They did not put it on the list. Where's the list? There it is. There it is. And one day, one glorious day, because I bring this up for every stream. And one glorious day, I brought it up and it said step 3B on there. And it was there and it was all spaced out. I don't know if they were just trying it out and seeing how it looked on there. But the next day when I pulled it up, it wasn't on there again. So I thought they might be at, this was like February when that happened. And they did the Total Money Makeover new edition in May. So I thought it was going to be in that and like combined with that. But it didn't happen. Just finished step 2 in June and found Dave Ramsey in July. Great. If you don't have your full emergency fund, you should be doing that instead of spending all your money at the grocery store, sir. Or anything other that's not necessary. Emergency fund is first, just like debt should have been first. Before any of that stuff. Before spending that much at the grocery store. Raza Haas moving to Houston. From Bridgeport, West Virginia. Interesting. Should I sell my house here and buy another? Yes, you do not keep real estate. Unless you wanted to be a landlord at some point in your life, you do not all of a sudden become one just because you're moving. It is not for everybody. It is difficult to make money being a landlord, especially when you are paying somebody to manage it. Because between the management fees and if the roof needs to be replaced, then there's all your profit. So this is why you do not automatically keep the house always. Some people think that, oh, you always keep real estate. No, that's bull crap. Let's see. Real life doesn't work like that. So yes, you should sell that one there. Or here, rather, in West Virginia. And you buy another one in Houston, yes. Or just rent out this one, you know. And also, if you haven't lived in Houston before, you rent in Houston for a year or two to make sure you want to stay there. Rather than lock yourself into a house. Or just rent out this one if it's positive cash flow. It's got to be more than positive cash flow and rent out for yourself in Houston. You sell and rent for a year. I'm still waiting on my status change and expecting an update this month. I don't know what status, military maybe? Don't know. Did not say. Tomahawk steak is a ribeye with the whole rib still attached. All right, thank you, Sid. We go to Sid with all our food questions. On step 4 now, you changed it? Nah, I guess you didn't change it. I guess you just didn't, what you were talking about didn't include the current. Okay, on step 4, you still can, but every dollar you spend more at the grocery store, you are spending less. Oh, so citizenship status, that's a good one. West Virginia's not another country, though, so you don't have to get one for that, but maybe she is from a different country. Originally. Single, renting, no kids. Where am I supposed to be? You can be wherever you are, but again, If you're spending more than you should be at the grocery store, or more you could be, at this point, if you're on step 4, if you want to spend too much at the grocery store and not get to baby step 7 faster, then that's your business. But it's not advised. Not advised to overspend at the grocery store. Getting a little tired of backhanded snark rather than some explanation. That's your explanation. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are work together at the same time. Right. And when you do that, you think about everything that you were putting money towards other than steps 4, 5, and 6. And you think about that and say, do I really want that, and make the end of 4, 5, and 6 to make step 7 to be done? Do I really want to spend $50 extra in the grocery store rather than put that towards retirement? No kids, so step 5 is not a thing. But then you would want to pay off the mortgage, or for you, if you're going to save for a down payment, you would want to do that faster by not spending that $50 extra at the grocery store. But I mean, on once you're on 3B and 4, you're on your own. You can budget your butt away, whatever you want to do. It's just going to take longer the way you're doing it. Paid off all my debt. I have roughly $12,000 in savings. I have another $60K in stocks. Shouldn't be single stocks. Sell those. If they're not, as long as they're not in a retirement account. Actually, you still do sell them if they're in a retirement account, but you use the proceeds still in that retirement account to manage mutual funds in that retirement account. Let's see, I'm currently renting. I don't own a home. I have 5 kids. Wife's a stay-at-home mom. Credit score is excellent. Nobody cares. Monthly bills are about $2,600, not including gas, food, entertainment. I would like to buy our forever home. However, the market is outrageous. I also want something quite expensive. Of course you do. 5 to 10 acres barn house. Yep. Getting what I want would raise our monthly expenses to the point where I wouldn't be comfortable. Then you got to make more money or simmer down on things that you want. That is a want, not a need. Do I buy a single family house? That's not what I want, with the intention to turn into rental income. No, you do not become a landlord just because you want to buy a bigger house eventually. That's a no. Do I just continue to save? Yep. Do I attempt to start a business with a high success rate? There is no such thing. The wrong person opening up a X type of business doesn't mean success, even if almost everybody succeeds with it. So that's a no as well. Example, laundromat. Maybe, you don't know. Self-storage, you don't know. But again, you're not doing that with debt. And by you spending money to start that business, you are delaying the things that you want, like that big house, barn house, and a barn and house, maybe 2 different things, and 5 to 10 acres. So you cannot do everything all at the same time. Oh, let's see. Can food in the 4 walls include household items, bin bags, toiletries, etc.? I mean, those would be necessary. I mean, if you had to, you could use grocery bags. I use that for most of mine, but I can also take out my trash every day in those and throw it in the dumpster here. If you don't have a situation like that, maybe, and since you live with other people, maybe that's not acceptable. But generally, you got to think of it as, if you can live without it, it's not a 4 wall. So it's not food. In the 4 walls, one of them is specifically food, and so you think about it just like that. The household items, if you can do without them, they're not a part of the 4 walls. So, and the four walls is like what you have to, four walls is what you have to do to get through the next week, for example. And so, but you know, you can carve out budget to do that. But I just have it since I'm single and since you're single too. You can just include it, but just know you're including it in there. And so that can be your grocery budget. My line item says grocery for all that stuff. Yeah, if you're already retirement investing, you have no kids and you're gonna rent forever, congratulations, you're on step 7. You can spend whatever you want. But if you're thinking about buying a house ever, again, you're wasting money by putting it in your stomach, extra in your stomach. House has been out of sight, out of mind recently. Okay. When the season, hashtag season, comes, I'll implement 3B. Right, but you could already be doing that if you are fairly certain that you would want to buy a house. Just because it's out of sight, out of mind, that's fine, but why not get a head start on it? And if you do decide not to buy a house, you can always use that money for something else, like extra investing or something. Yeah, Dial soap and cheap toilet paper versus luxury versions of these goods, right? Boom, boom, boom. As in a very similar position. The big decision is if you want to purchase a house now. If you do, then save for the down payment. If not, you can invest more in your. Yeah, you can invest that money as well. But you got to have 5 years before you know it. So if you're going to want to buy a house before 5 years is up, then you wouldn't invest extra other than your retirement in that. 3 separate budgets, not necessary. It's not really necessary for a single person. The budget can be as simple and have as few categories as you would like. The only problem is if it starts getting away from you, and you're not sure where the money came from. Like, for example, if you ended up spending, say, 100 bloody quid on at the grocery store, but then you could think, oh well, that also included toilet paper, which you did include it in your list. So I would just keep it in there, and you just know that that's part of that spending under there. Yeah, that's fine. The simpler it is, the easier it is to keep up with, mostly. But this person here, yeah, you don't do I'm gonna go into business just so I can have. You can't afford what you want now, and then you're gonna start a business, and you mentioned the credit score, so you're taking out debt to do this. Let's see if there is something that says debt on here, and then that's definitely a no. But I mean, you can, if you're gonna cash flow the business, you can investigate it. But guess what? If that business doesn't go, that puts you further, not closer to those things that you want. Boom, 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 boom. But again, you moved to. Did that person say they moved to Houston? No, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Yeah, I do eventually expect my wife to work. You don't go by that. You go by what your budget is now, and then you change it. You do your numbers, what it is now, and then once the wife does go to work, if that happens, then you start working on that. You don't plan on wife working right now. Let's see, when kids get on enough, right? Hard for people to do it alone on a single income, right? Well, had 5 kids. So you signed up for that. That being said, write it out and keep saving till she's able to work. Make around 120K, lots of overtime. Any input is appreciated. Do you write it out? Write out savings? You're not trying to make your bills. You're talking about the only thing that you're writing out is not being able to get this right now that you want. That's the only problem. And however the market is outrageous, you think it's going to be better in the future. Maybe a little bit, but this might be the new normal, my friend. So this is, again, I hate to say it, this is somebody whining again that wants everything, again, all at the same time and trying to find ways to do that. And hopefully the gentleman does not decide to do that with debt, trying to start a business that then fails. So there's nothing wrong with saving. The more you're saving, the less you're spending. And so that's great. And so I'll give proper effort to more intentional grocery budget to appease Coach's wrath. It's fine, Doc. I mean, like I said, if you have no debt and you have full emergency fund, to me, that gives you the right to make your own decisions on what to do. And in the end, it's your money in your life anyway. I don't have to do that. And unlike Mr. Hammer, it doesn't give me anxiety to know the dumb crap that people are doing. I'm expecting them to be doing dumb crap. So I'm not surprised and I'm not all, oh, I can't imagine if that was me. So I don't have any of that anxiety. I expect most people are not going to follow good financial advice from Mr. Ramsey. And so, and they all have the, oh, did I start a business? I'll just start a business. And then that way I can do my stuff faster. If you're complaining about being able to save some and also keep the family of 7 afloat, then you're not spending extra money starting a business, sir. And so that's why I think you might be talking about borrowing money, and that would be a no for Mr. Ramsey, sir. He is the no debt guy. Don't know if you heard of him. Again, if the $60K in stocks, if that's not a retirement account, you can cash that out and put that towards down payment as well. You'll put that in the down payment fund, put in a high yield savings account or something like that. If it is in retirement, you would sell it and get managed mutual funds anyway that make more than those stocks. Real ad 1811. Should I move in with my dad to save money for a while? Mr. Ramsey likes adults to live by themselves. I'm 31, female, single, currently making $53K yearly, paying $960 in rent. I have $20K in federal student loan, averaging 31. So unless went to college late, have had them. Those have been around for a while. Average 4.58% interest. I've been interviewing and working on getting a better job, but it hasn't happened yet. I live alone with my 2 cats and told my property manager I will not renew my lease. I need to be out 11:30. There are studio apartments in my town for $700. Get them in decent areas, so I could downsize to that. Do that. My dad has a beautiful house that my grandpa built in an upper middle class area. Has 4 bedrooms. I lived there from 16 to 24 when we moved there. And then I moved out on my own. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. I could use trigger warning, abuse. Abuse. Trigger warning, abuse. Oh, the catch is growing up, my dad was a bit, yeah, so that's a no, dog. That's a no. All right, let's just get 1 or 2 more words there and we'll know. That was a bit what? Abusive and neglectful. That's a no. That's a no. You don't move back into that. No. It's great. If he's changed, that's great. I'm not pushing it. So no, you do not do that. You be a 34-year-old adult, 31-year-old adult, and you live by yourself and work it out. Ooh, let's see. So you only buy you need for a month, whether it's food, toiletries, household, etc. No, like you can buy in bulk that will last you more than a month. And and right now even, see, you're going to be using things for this coming month that you already had before that. So that's no problem. It just has to be It just has to. They just have to even out. Like if you were to spend, say, what was that amount? Oh, let's say it was 60. Say it's 60 quid. You spend 60 quid. So if you spend 80 quid the next month and you only spent 60 this one, then that means there's a problem, or either the 20 was in there as well. And so then theoretically, the next month after the 80, so it's 60, 80, and then it should be maybe like back down to 60 or even lower than 60, just because of things lasting longer than a month. What up, Minnie? Yes, goals that could be achieved sooner if you're more intentional, right? And so you just think, do I need this candy bar, or do I want to get to goals that much faster? You know, every cent makes a difference. Yep. Step, Aslan says, good places. Step 4, that is absolutely true. And actually, as we said, step 7, that's actually absolutely true. That's great. That's great. That's much better than having debt. That's much better than not having a full emergency fund. And that puts you, the higher baby step you're on, the better you can deal with any financial adversity that comes your way. Financial Rooster 575 just graduated. Hi there. Hi, guys. I need some advice as my husband and I are in a somewhat unique situation. And I'll be honest. Don't say you'll be honest, just be honest. I've kind of just recently actually looked into the baby steps, so please forgive me if it seems I don't know what I'm doing, because that's totally true. That's fine. Ow, that does happen. People don't hear a Dave and then they hear a Dave. And you do not hear most of this advice anywhere else. So that's why I don't mind explaining them over and over and over again. I, 23 female, just graduated with my assoc in May and passed my boards in June for what? Nursing. Took a full-time job of 3 12-hour shifts during the week at my new employment with a salary of $60K. My husband, 23 man, has been at his job for... So there was no we in... Oh, it did say a husband and I. Okay. Somewhat unique situation. Okay. And so the issue is thinking that your unique situation gets you out of following the baby steps. And that's what the whole thing is. So people hear about Dave. He talks about the baby steps. They look up the baby steps, and then they see something on here that they don't like. Like, for example, maybe they're Richies, but they have non-mortgage debt. But they're like, but I'm a Richie. I don't think I'm in step 2. You're in step 2. Congratulations. Happens to the best of us. We have 2 car loans. And that's the only debt we have. You would pay that off immediately. You live in a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath house, rent free, just pay utilities. Why is that not paid off already? But they correctly marked it baby step 2, so fabulous. The poster does that, not the moderators. The house we lived in is owned by his mom and sister. Yep. He's the youngest sibling. I said luckiest sibling. And it's basically been a starter, home? I would say so. If you are getting it for free, or just about. Yeah, I mean, the utilities, you don't have to pay utilities, except maybe like heat. I mean, heat, yeah, and if it gets really cold there, you don't have to have you don't have to have running water necessarily for a house that is just sitting there, not being occupied by you. So don't be thinking about that is going to somewhere else. Like that is benefiting your people. Let's see. The house we live in is owned by mom. Oh, I said that already. Start a house for all of his siblings. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting. From mom and sister. I wonder why he doesn't own part of it. Maybe they bought it though. Maybe they bought it in cash, which together they shouldn't have done. We plan to pay off the rest of his truck next year. Why is it going to take so long? And then really buckle down on my car. Why is it taking so long to buckle down? You're not paying any rent. Where's the money going? Where's the money going? That was 60 and 75K. That is 135K and no rent. Where's the money going? How many children? Any children? Question is, how do we go about looking for a house? You do not do that until you are almost paid off on the car. After you pay off the truck. So if you're saving for a down payment while you are paying off the debt as well, you're doing it wrong. So that's, again, the wrong steps again. The step 3B is not written in there. That's where that goes, though. But until step 2, you're just here. Do not look at the rest of it. It doesn't concern you. What concerns you is step 2, and that's do this, and that's the most important thing for you to do. You don't need to plan your whole life by looking at the rest of the baby steps. Concentrate on the one you're on. And then you would have to have 3 to 6 months of expenses. Like if you have that now saved, you shouldn't have that saved. All of that should be going to pay off that debt. So you're doing it wrong, and that's fine for newbies. That does happen. So I know you pay off. Wait, hold on. We're wanting to build, but want land with the house. Again, everybody wants to do everything. Everybody always wants to land and to build. But if something we like already built comes across our path, we might go in that direction. Just kind of depends. Yeah, like if you look for a house now and you find one and you fall in love with it, you'll buy it now even though you're not done paying off your non-mortgage debt, perhaps. So there's no need to even look. So I know you pay off debt and then save and invest, but how do people that do not have a home to pay off go about everything when they are first-time home buyers? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, again, it doesn't say save for down payment here, but you do not save 1 penny for down payment, and there's no need to even look for houses until then. That's where you do that. And so before that, you would have that truck and that car paid completely off, and that's all you do with extra money. Where is all the extra money going that you guys are making that you still have debt on those vehicles? And then once you're done with paying off the truck and the car, then you save 6 months of expenses is what I recommend. If you're planning on buying a house, you get that 6 months in place before you save the down payment, and that does not become any part of the fully funded emergency fund. Does that become part of the down payment? And so that's how you do that. Now, granted, that's not written on here, so if you didn't watch enough Ramsey to hear about baby step 3B and them talking about it, you might not know. Let's see. Husband and I want to just to save my salary and live on his income. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, for everything when they are first-time home buyers. Right, you have to do that. And first-time home buyers, Dave is fine with you doing 10%, but 20% down is better because then you avoid the PMI, that's private mortgage insurance. And that is not insurance for you for any reason. That is insurance that you pay for, but that's insurance for the lender if you do not pay the mortgage and they have to foreclose. That is insurance for them, but you have to pay the fee for that. Edit to add company every other year has an outrageous required overtime. So next year we'll make about 90K. Okay, that's great. You don't count that until you get it. Also, my husband and I want to save my salary and live on his income like we have for the past 6 years. So if you have all that in savings now, you dump that out and you pay off the debt, you're doing it wrong. And use my income as down payment. But would that be enough? Again, you can do 10% of what the house costs, or 20% is better, and then you avoid that extra monthly payment for PMI. I see the price of houses and it's wild to me. It just seems like everything is $500,000. Then you can't afford that. You have to move further away. You got to move further away. If you like the house you're in now, see if your sister and mom will sell it to you. If you're the last sibling to have it as a starter home, see if they'll sell it to you. If you like that. Thank you for any and all advice. We just come from families that we don't want to follow in the same financial footprints. They own a house. I mean, I guess they could still be paying a mortgage on it. And want to be smart and happy with our decisions. Not these people, they're relatives. The mom and sister that own the house. Boom, 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 boom. Sid rotates through a 135K household income. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, Sid? Sid being Obi-Wan to her apprentice Jack, as far as how to do house planning and so forth, as far as budget and menus and such. Very nice. She's a good resource. What time is it? I just go and go and go and go, right? Yeah, let's see. We'll go to the top of the hour. That'll be what, an hour and a half of show. Normally I try to do an hour to save the questions, but I'll be able to catch up on questions when I don't do the weekend stream this weekend, because I'll be moving. We did that one, right? Yeah. So, 23 man and what? 23 female. Okay, here's, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to do everything all at once. Don't be so gotta move in the house now, first of all, but also have the debt. That's what you gotta be. That's what you want to do right now. Prioritize that. Saved asked me, does anyone else get angry scrimping and saving while others are living their best life on credit? No, because guess what? If you really wanted to do that, guess what? You could do that stupid crap. I could too if I wanted to do it. Guess what? I'm living my best life now by not borrowing any money, by not buying things on credit. That's how I'm living my best life. So no, I don't get angry. I mean, that's dumb. That's just dumb. Okay, you don't care what other people think. You don't care what they're doing with their lives. And if you're familiar at all with the Ramsey advice, then you know that what they're doing is stupid. And why would you get angry about them doing it? Are you worried about them, or are you mad that you can't do it because you decide to be more responsible? You can change your mind anytime you want to. That's just, Dave tells people a lot when they say, I don't know if I should pay off my mortgage, blah, 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 blah. You know, and he just tells them, but tell you what, pay out the mortgage, and if you really, really miss being in debt, you can go get a loan on it with that as the collateral. You absolutely can. And he's right, you can. Banks will always loan you way more than they should, and they will even after you've been out of debt completely. Not even, are you sure you want to do this? They're hoping you come back to them. How often do I cook, or do I meal prep? No, I don't do any of that stuff. I eat very cheaply, and like, what do I mostly have? Frozen chicken nuggets. That I'll microwave. Also add a pickle there for that Chick-fil-A feel there. As close as I can get. What else do I do? Every so often I get a $2 burger from Sonic. What else do I do? Green beans mostly as vegetable. Tuna. Trying to think what else. Every so often some chips, but not that much. Trying to keep the carbs down. Oh, frozen rice as well. A frozen rice and vegetable thing, and those are about. It's a lot. It says it's one serving on it, but it's a lot. So sometimes I split it up into 2 servings, and that is $1.32, I think. And like I said, it can most of the time it can be 2 different servings of that for that $1.32. So not bad, not bad. And that's just low. That's just low maintenance food for me because it's just basically all that's microwaved. I am very excited about going back to Columbus. Absolutely. Sid feels moments of frustration sometimes and remind himself that we made life choices that will work out better with your decisions. That much is certain. Housemate only cooks and eats fresh food. He says he spends 14 hours a week, 2 hours daily. That's a lot. Probably enjoys cooking, yeah. That's a good point. Sid picks up on the finer details. It's because of a full fridge, full freezer. He doesn't have a freezer except single compartment, so he has to be fresh and use it. Yep, that is fine too. Another thing I noticed that you probably didn't intend for the romaine lettuce to last the whole month, because that's not going to. So maybe you're gonna eat that as you go, and maybe use that up in a week or two, and then maybe buy another more lettuce, perhaps. But I did notice that, so I'm like, well, that even if you spread it out, that's not going to be good in a month. And if you get bananas, they're good for like a day. Am I right? Then add 2386. When should I begin the snowball? Well, you do step 1 first, which is the $1,000 emergency fund. Let's check the list in case you didn't know. Maybe you could check the list of 7 babies. It says step 1 is save $1,000 for your start emergency fund. So I'm guessing you do that first before you start the snowball. And actually, this is the snowball amount. Snowball amount is all your extra money other than necessities, which are anything other than necessities or non-necessities. So that is your snowball amount. So you pack up that snowball nice and good. Winter is coming. And then you throw that at the $1,000 emergency fund. And once you have $1,000, you don't put another penny into that. Then you start doing the debt snowball. And that's the same amount as before, everything extra. And you pack that snowball and you throw it all at the debt until there's no more debt. And then the magical thing happens where step 3, you don't have any extra money going to waste or going to fun stuff or anything like that. For step 3, you are packing that nice and tight. But when you throw it, it comes right back to you and you put it in your emergency fund. So, catch it. Don't let it hit you in the ear. That's going to hurt. Especially if it's an ice ball. And then you throw that into your full emergency fund. Alrighty. 25, living in Southern California with 4 other guys. Well, Southern California might be a problem here. And guess what? That does not give you a pass on the math. And so I'm already expecting the whining. Let's see what we get here. It makes rent and utilities cheap, coming in around $750 per month because you split them. Could you imagine if it wasn't split? $750 per month. My goodness gracious me. I also pay about $1,000 per month on minimum student loan payments. And so that's the minimum. All right. Once you factor in car insurance, groceries, gas, and miscellaneous, yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. And guess what? In California, you probably don't make enough money if you're complaining about it. If you're having a problem affording it. or you're not budgeting and you're spending the money in incorrect places. It's give or take 2,500 per month for bills. All right, take a look at all those bills and cut out the ones that aren't 100% necessary. I have over $100,000 in student loan debt. Where's the high income for that? For that $100,000 in student loan debt, sir? And I make $65K salary. Where's it all going? To get to the state of California, move away from there. I've been looking for a side hustle, but want to keep looking before I work at Target per se for 16 per hour. Work at Target for 16 per hour while you keep looking. I'm not in love with my current job. Tough crap. And would like to leave in 5 months or so. You can leave whenever you want to after you get a better job. And so if you want to wait for the 2-year anniversary so that you have some, job consistency, so that resume looks better, that's fine as well. But with that content, I feel like for me, when guys be feeling like stuff that I get all, I get the ick, I think is what the kids say. I feel like for me, $1,000 safety fund isn't enough. It's not a safety fund if you overspend, sir. It is an emergency fund. There has to be an emergency. But like 6,000 fund is too far off. Yeah, you're only supposed to have $1,000 while you pay out. You shouldn't have that stupid debt. So pay off the debt faster, and then you'll get to a place where you feel comfortable. You're not supposed to feel like for you that it's enough. You're not supposed to feel like that. It doesn't matter if you feel like that. That's the advice on purpose so that you bust your ass getting out of debt, sir. I feel trapped by my debt, then pay it the frick off and get off your butt. With all your little, I don't work at Target per se for 16 per hour. If they're hiring right now for the Christmas season, get your lazy ass in there and make that money, yo. And then you'll have enough. You'll eventually pay off that debt, and then you'll be able to have an emergency fund that you think is enough and that you feel comfortable with. You're not supposed to feel comfortable at it now. Your feelings on it don't matter. This advice is to make you better off financially, regardless of what you have to sacrifice. Let's see. I feel a little trapped by my debt, but I don't want to be foolish in how I go about tackling my debt. You're being foolish by questioning it. You're being foolish by overthinking it. And I know I'm a overthinker myself. So it takes one to know one. So I definitely can understand how you would overthink any little thing. But this seems like a no-brainer to me. I don't know why you have to go into overthinking. I don't want to be foolish into how I go about tackling my debt. It's pay it off as fast as you can. What? It would be foolish about that. Dumb. Could use some recommendation insights from someone on the journey has summited the mountain. Thank you and God bless. I didn't, you know what I did? I immediately, my ex-wife and I had enough in the checking account already for the $1,000 emergency fund. Done. And then guess what we did? Immediately, we put everything extra to debt. We didn't start thinking, well, I don't want to be foolish about how we do this. That's dumb. God bless you too, sir. Stop being dumb. Time is, okay, it's past the hour. So on that, with that, I got to do more shorts. Shorts can be 3 minutes now. I got to do some more shorts. Maybe some fun little Steve rants like that one. I think that was longer than 3 minutes, but maybe I can cut it up or something when I get time to do some editing. Got how many? 1, 2, got 3 movie reactions too that got to be edited. So it'll be a while before those hit. Told people Sam, so it's like 40 rolls at once. Yeah, so you can do that bulk buying like that. And when you do it like that, that'll work. Now, when having the Sam's membership tricks you into buying stuff that you really don't use that much, then, that can be a problem. Or if it's like something that will go bad before you use it, that kind of thing. Always underestimate toilet paper. I have 13 rolls, I believe. Unless you have IBS, I think 1 roll per week is normal. Yeah, that should be. Unless your toilet paper rolls are smaller than ours too, that could be. That's what I'm aiming for. Plus, last month I got washing up liquid, 400 grams for times 5 for 75 pence, which is $1. Excellent. So you get the washing up liquid, and then you also have the hair and body wash, and then the shampoo too. You get all 3 of those? Explain the difference between those, sir. I mean, I understand like the washing up liquid, is that antibacterial soap? So maybe that could be it. And I have that. I don't know why I'm complaining. I have 3 different things. I have body wash and shampoo. But if I had the hair and body wash, I wouldn't buy shampoo extra. But regardless, I still have 3 different bottles for those things. But yeah, so do you ever run into problems like, I mean, do you have your toilet paper? You say you have your toilet paper in your room and you take it into the bathroom when you go to the bathroom? Hand soap, maybe. Yeah, Julie says. Yeah, probably like antibacterial soap for that. Oh, for plates, color. Oh, yeah. I have a different bottle for that too. That's different, definitely. That would be dishwashing liquid, is what we call that here in Estados Unidos. Awesome. Yep, dish soap as well. Alrighty. Thanks again so much for watching. Show number 400. I'll try to think of at least something, a little something to do that's fun for the 400th episode on Thursday. But don't count on it. But I will at least be having it, and that will, like I said, I shouldn't be, since it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, I shouldn't be missing any after shows. The only thing that would hamper that is if something happens and my internet doesn't work once I get there. But I'm expecting it to be fine, and so I can even do an after show stream on Monday. Now I just may start it and just let you guys go and continue unloading the truck, but I could at least start it. Housemate used to buy hand wash, what, for everybody, and they just everybody overuse it. Yep, that's right. Bad habits lead to death. That's right, with the oohs. Oh yeah, my goodness gracious me. Have Mr. Sid think of an easier song to sing. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll make it fake my way through it. Unless I could think of a Ramsey word to say there instead of the oohs. Maybe that would be fun. I don't know. Why don't you write it, Sid? You have more time, free time than I do, maybe. That's right. Sid is here all week. Tip your staff and waitresses. This is the Ramsey Show After Show, and you're watching it on youtube.com/coachstevemoney, and you just go to my main page that it just said right there. That'll take you to it, and you can take a look at some of my other stuff, Oak Island stuff, movie reaction stuff. This is actually a teaser for the season 2 trailer for Last of Us TV show, and past live streams. I'll probably get rid of that one there and put the reactions one up. Oak Island, that is where most of my subscribers and views come from. I've recently started doing the Skinwalker Ranch recaps as well. But if you, like I said, all you gotta do is keep scrolling for the financial content, and you'll get the weekend stream, which is the answering your financial questions. And that's normally on Saturdays, Sundays, and so there will not be any this particular weekend because I will not have internet on Saturday, and I will not be having, I'll be driving all day on Sunday. The Ramsey Show After Show, like I said, shouldn't miss those. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, indefinitely until I get a job during the Ramsey working hours, which we'll see. We'll see about that. Once I get there, I'll go full-fledged into looking for a job, and we'll see what is up with that. Look at that, 77 views, 97 views. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks to all of you people that are making that possible. Much, much appreciated. All right, stopping the plugs. And in case you didn't know it, again, I am Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. Yes, not just a guy here yelling or some troll on the Ramsey show chat. Who, me? Obviously, it was a troll that was accusing me of trolling. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you've got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. I have adjusted the available hours for the moving downtime. You can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Donations, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alternatively to Cash App, $Coach Steve Money. Alternatively, again, a Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Alternatively, again, Super Chats. And there's something called stickers. I don't exactly know what that is. Upcoming streams, answering your financial questions, Saturdays and Sundays, as I said, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. There will be neither of those this coming weekend. The next weekend should be fine. And the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today's Tuesday. The Thursday one should happen, and that will be episode number 400. And that's 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Ramsey Show Chat Refugee streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There will not be one Friday because I have to take the cable modem back before that time because the office closes. Let's see, do one more chat catch up or chat mustard. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Let's see. Bad habits lead to late nights, working your job, screaming fights with your spouse over money that's low. That's not bad. That's not bad, Sid. They write themselves, Sid, so write themselves the rest of it. You may have this one. Your man thought it up. Better yet, make him help you with it. That'll be a nice, a fun husband-wife project. Wouldn't that be fun? Alrighty. So again, thanks so much, guys. I am going to continue packing and picking stuff to chunk. I am very surprised always at the amount of stuff that I have and don't realize that I still have. And so, like I said, what I have here, probably close to 30%, I think, is either being sold or going to be donated to Goodwill or go into the bin, as Anon says in the UK. Jack too, probably. Do you say the bin, Jack? Yep, that is fabulous for that. And you know what you can do? You can also sing it as well if you'd like. Keep trying to get other people to sing. The closest thing I've had was Aubrey sang what is it? All I Want for Christmas Is You with me. And I did the background part. She recorded her part and then I played it and did the background vocals live. So it was me and her singing that. And so that is, let's see, where would that be? That would be in the Ramsey Show. If you go on my, if you just put Coach Steve Money, All I Want for Christmas, it'll probably come up. If you would like to hear that. Yes, and she is a, more like a choir. She's a choir singer. She's a choir director. And so it's more like that singing and such. And so, but she still does a great job with All I Want for Christmas. Very, very excited thinking about Christmas now. Got my wreath to wear. It's in 3D. All right, that's enough messing around. I'm going to into the bins. Oh, rubbish. Of course. The Brits love to say rubbish. It's rubbish. Rubbish. And you got to say it twice for the emphasis, right? That's not good. It's rubbish. Like the American version of The Office. The Orifice. The America version of The Office. It's rubbish. Rubbish. All right. Done messing with Britain, but I do love accents. So everybody have a good night from the colonies that is in the UK. And always make smart financial decisions, whether it's US dollars or whether it's bloody quid. Make smart financial decisions every day.